I've never made a belt without ever sewing anything for it before, but I'm always up for a challenge. This is a no-sew clip-on belt using knots instead of sewing. It ended up being super easy and is probably a great craft for kids to do to give them some cute accessory to wear. But it's also just a great project for anyone looking to use some leftover knit fabric scraps. So the first step is just to cut some strips of fabric. They can be whatever length you want. These do not need to be any specific length, and you can cut as many as you like. I made the strips about 2 inches wide, but the width also doesn't matter. Once you have your strips, curl or roll the sides of one of the strips and slide it onto the clasp. Curling the sides like this keeps the wrong side of the fabric from showing on the final belt. Next, you want to knot that strip of fabric onto the clasp. Then repeat for the second clasp so that you have a knot on both sides. Here's where you start to add strips of fabric to lengthen the belt bit by bit until it fits around your waist. We're basically making an impossible knot that is used in knitting to connect 2 strands of yarn. To do this, start by crossing the new strand of fabric over top of one of the ones attached to the clasp. Then you want to loop it under, over, and then through the loop to create a knot. Pull the knot as tight as you can so that it won't come loose. Now you want to do the same thing again with the other fabric strand right next to your first knot. But this time you want to make the loop so you're making two knots with the 2 separate fabric strands. When you're finished, you will have 2 knots side by side. To make the impossible knot, pull the 2 fabric strands to make the knots move towards each other. Pull as tight as you can so the knot can't come loose. Now all you have to do is clip off the excess fabric tails and you have an impossible knot that will not come undone. Repeat this as many times as you want until you get a belt that fits around your waist. And when you're finished, you'll have a completely no-sew knit fabric belt.